Joining us on Hot Laps today is one of the most requested guests in the history of the show. He's a channel favourite, he's a two-stroke hero. Nev Bradshaw joins us today and he's riding a 125. Neville Bradshaw is the internet's original two-stroke hero. We've seen him do some incredible things on the two-stroke machines on this channel in the past. And we're about to get another dosage of the two-stroke goodness today as Neville Bradshaw attempts to climb the Hot Laps leaderboard on his YZ125. Welcome to Hot Laps, the show where every month we invite a different set of riders to come and show us what they're made of and lay down a fast lap. This is a battle for the ultimate bragging rights, so let's flame on and get started. Nevster is certainly going to be outgunned today on board his little 125, but if anyone can lay down a hot lap on a two-smoker, it's Nev Bradshaw. I'm sure he'll be looking to claim his spot as the fastest 125cc rider on our leaderboard, but can he do it? Let's find out. Before we get going though, let's just talk about the rules. Every rider will get 3 laps to set a heater and we'll pick the fastest of those to throw on the board. The bikes used are the rider's choice and the conditions are the conditions. A crossbox device will be used to record all of the lap times, and if our guest does make it to the top of the leaderboard, they will walk away with the Hot Laps red plate.
So we're gonna go do the DMP Hot Lap Challenge. Always feel good in a 125. The only thing I want to do is beat Prince's lap time. I don't care if anyone else beats me. As long as I got my old mate NP dialed, it's gonna be happy days.
So Nevster is hitting the track on his little 125 two-smoker. The clock is on, let's see what he can do. Into Askew's he goes, railing the nice lonely burn there. He's going to go wide in this right-hander here. Has to be done on the 125. He keeps it low over the tabletop. Looking good so far is Nevster on the 125. Into the roll as he goes. He's going to go double, double, single out. Into the flat right-hander here. Nice little berm in there today. And then Nev's going to go to the inside, into the next left. So he got the beans on the 125 to stretch it over this next tabletop. Let's find out. Here he goes. Stretching it on the 125. Into the chicane he goes. Kinks right, then left. On the gas to the middle tabletop. And the big bowl berm here at Doncaster Motor Park. We've got one right-hander here before Putnam's leap. Is he going to pull the trigger on the 125 over Putnam's leap? Absolutely not. That is a big old jump for a 125. And Nev is not feeling it today. Only a handful of corners left in the lap now. Into paddock turn we go. Absolutely tapped round there. That was sick. Over the tunnel jump, letting her rev. Nev is giving it everything here. On the gas, up and over the finish line he goes. That's a hot lap in the books for Nevster 272. The only two-stroke oil we trust in our monster two-strokes is Puceline MX9. Puceline have you covered for all your motorcycle oils, lubricants, cleaner products and more for both your two-strokes and your 4-strokes. Be sure to check them out next time you need to restock on essentials, and make sure you go over to their website, type in your bike model into their search bar, and they'll bring up all the products they recommend you need for your ride. I've left a link to that in the description down below. As always, a huge thank you goes to Peaceline for supporting what we do. If you want to come and watch us film an episode of Hot Laps, you can do that by joining up to the DMP memberships. We'll be filming these episodes at the monthly DMP membership days. There's more information on screen and in the description down below. So we finally have one of the most anticipated guests in Hot Lap history joining us today. Neville Bradshaw is here, and it's worked out nicely. He's been spinning laps on a 125 2-stroke. Nev, I could tell from the side of the track that you was having fun out there, but just tell us how much fun you was having.
Yeah, the 125 2-stroke is always a lot of fun, especially the one I got. It's a standard bike just with a pipe in it and a V-force on it, so it hasn't got like a lot of power, but it's got a lot of like nice usable power, like a lot of bottom end power, and I've got like a short pro circuit silencer on it, so like the power comes in quite nicely. So it's just always fun to ride. I've been riding a 250 2-stroke quite a bit here actually, and I want to maybe do the British Championship at Ling next weekend, so I've got to save that bike. So yeah, just hustling bikes at the minute. So the 125 2-stroke I raced at Hawkstone this past weekend, so I just grabbed that out. Just the 230s, and it's weird, like, just have so much fun. The 30s go so quick.
Yeah,
you know,
you could tell.
So much fun, you know, especially when the track's so good as it is today with a bit of loam in the ground. You can pretty much just put the 2-stroke wherever you want, especially the 125 because it's so light, you know. So
just tell us what you're doing
yeah,
race-wise.
so I actually haven't entered any championships. I'm just wildcarding races. So I did the first 2 rounds of the British Masters in the 125 class. I managed to get a second and a third in that.
Racing kids, right?
Yeah, no, it is. But then also like Clarkie's in it, you know. So it's kind of like you're racing the kids and you're racing
mix.
Matt Bayless. So there's some good guys that we've raced like a lot, and I just enjoy that sort of racing, you know. So I've done those 2 rounds. I did the first British, but I didn't really enjoy that. The track was wet and I wasn't really prepared for that. And then just whatever, hopefully do that race in Italy at the end of the year. Maybe go out to America and do a vets race, and just do whatever, you know, like just enjoying it. Like realize how expensive it is though, like racing these weekends, mate. It's,
yeah, man.
Especially when you're buying parts and clutches and pistons and ignitions and stuff like that, you know, it adds up. So while I'm fit at the minute, I'm going to race a bit, and then through the summer I want to take a bit of time and do a little bit of other stuff as well, you know.
I saw a post you put on the podium results from Hawkstone on the weekend. The combined age of the podium, combined age of the other 2 guys on the podium was less than your actual age.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I kind of enjoy that, you know.
Yeah,
like,
that is cool.
I'd much rather go finish 10th and racing against kids and battling than to go do a vets race, you know, and either ride around the Glen or Brad Anderson. You know, there's only kind of 2 guys that are still kind of, you know,
pushing on.
Not like you obviously got your Tommies and stuff, but the guys that have finished kind of racing and stuff, you know. So, and I enjoy even like the British, you know. If I can go to the British and get a 15th, I'm stoked on that, you know. Like stuff like that still kind of keeps me going. I still train a lot. I don't know why. Everyone you speak to, the guys that did GPs and stuff before, they still, it's almost like it's your brain, you know.
Yeah,
so
you're wired a certain
between
way.
work and stuff like that, now the evenings are longer, still cycle and stuff. So if I can stay fit enough and my bikes are good enough, yeah, might as well just keep doing it, eh?
So looking at the board here, where are you looking at? Where would you?
As long as I'm there, that's all that I'm matter about.
Above Mr. Prince.
I just got to be in front of Neil, so the rest doesn't really matter to me. The track is actually pretty good today. It's quite fast. Like there's no like ruts in the corner, so the track is pretty good. So
if you got offline, it's quite deep, right? But the line looked good.
Ben did the laps before me, and he made good. He made good lines before me, so that.
Just strategic.
The lines are good. I don't know. As long as I beat Neil, I'm happy.
Yeah. And final question to you: who would you want to see do this? Have a go at this.
Who would I want to see do it?
Yeah.
I reckon James Paynton.
James Paynton.
I'd love to see James Paynton on a Suzuki RM250.
I tell you who I'd like to see do it. That would be interesting. You'd have to do it on a 125 because you've done it on a 125. Brian McKenzie would be quite.
No, I don't want to see Brian McKenzie do a fast lap. I have still got PTSD of all that stuff, so let's just leave Brian in Scotland.
Right, let's get Neville on the board. Nevster, a 1:40.33. So you are going just behind Steve, who was on the 254 stroke there.
Fair play, that's all right.
Quite far ahead of Neil there. Sorry, Neil. Fastest 125 by a long shot.
Where's your boy Holyoke?
Yeah, 46.
All right, Holyoke, you step it up, boy. I'm here, you call me out, I'm here. I'm just
Nevster. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Sweet. Cool.
Nice one, dude.
Nice one.